I'm amenable to some ways in which we can make that clearer. I know that it would be trying to maintain what we have showing us what we budgeted in a particular item all year long is something that I like to keep out there for consistency. But I am open to any way that we can make clearer when there have been transfers taking place, how to accommodate that and make it clearer to the public.
Yeah, I think they've been asking for transparency, and I think it would be good on us to make sure that we do that. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else from council? Okay, moving on. I think we have one appointment.
Yes, we do. Mr. President, it's for the Recreation Board. Her name is Rebecca Kiss, and she will be appointed to 1/3/21. Do I have any comments from my colleagues on the appointment of Rebecca Kiss? Mr. Robinson?
Thank you, Councilwoman Napa. Yes, I mean, I have no direct issue with Ms. Kiss. Her resume seems straightforward enough, and I applaud her for her willingness to serve, and thank you for that. However, I do have a small concern, well, not a small concern, actually a large concern, and I apologize to put Mr. Hartzell on the spot here, because I know this is not necessarily his purview, but if he could please get us an answer. My concern is that Mr. Malozzi, who's being replaced on the Recreation Board, was a resident of the East Side, and Ms. Kiss is a resident of the Deep West End. And currently on the Recreation Board, this will now give us 6 members from the West End. We have 2 members, plus I believe Councilwoman Moda is the council representative on the Recreation Board, so that's 4 from the South Side. And currently our only member from East Allentown is one of the school district appointments, which is Mr. Smith. Also conversely, we only have 1 Center City resident, which is also a school board appointment, which is Ms. Gerlach. And my concern is, especially with this replacement, that we are about to undertake a massive potential change to Andre Reed Park, which is the largest and primary park on the east side. And I'm a little concerned that we don't have better balance on the Recreation Committee, and I'm curious as to the administration if what the reasoning was, because I'm sure we have plenty of people who might have an interest in serving if we look for them. And in future, if we could please make an effort to try and have better geographic balance on all of our boards and commissions, but certainly on the Recreation Committee.
I will convey that message to the mayor. I will see him tomorrow, so I'll let him know.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hartzell. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Mr. President, you have a comment?
Yeah, one quick question. The meetings that you're having or are going to have for the renovations of Andre Reed Park, Ms. Moda, if you know, are they going to be open to the public that they can be there? I would hope so, yeah.
Hopefully, yes.
Yes, okay, possibly that's, yes, I haven't seen a yes from Ms. Taylor. Okay, thank you. And it will be advertised so that we'll make sure we can send a copy to Dennis Pearson so that he can get it to the community groups. Thank you. He's cheering. Okay. All right, thank you. That's out.
Any other questions, comments from my colleagues? I have a comment. I have to agree with Mr. Robinson on this. At times with this, it seems to be lopsided, and I know that the East Side residents, they are very active in politics, they're active in their community, and to have just one representing, I think it is a little lopsided, so I have to agree with you on that, Mr. Robinson. Are there any comments from the public? Please come up, Holmes. State your name on the record.
Carrie Holmes, East Side resident of Allentown. Thank you for the work that has already been done by this group. I would like to volunteer. I would like to also submit as an event planner, as a pastor in the Center State area, and as an East Side resident, that I would love to serve and make myself available. And to whatever extent I need to submit to do that, I also know that there are at least 3 others that come immediately to mind that live on the East Side that would be very interested. I also would express my greater interest further because I was very delighted when the semi-quincentennial of Allentown came and the bicentennial of Lehigh County, and Mr. Andre Reed was here as an African-American that was acknowledged for you know, his work, his life, and his great achievements, and also for, continuing to be a great part of Allentown. It was very exciting, again, for the African-American community to see that he was still very connected. And it was a great delight to me to see that our Allentown city officials, continue to remember him. So for those reasons and many others, and just for being a resident of the East Side, I'd be very interested about contributing to what's transpiring there, and whatever necessary pieces need to come together for that to happen. I'll forward my resume or whatever pieces are helpful for that, and would be glad to forward at least 3 others that I know would be qualified to contribute to that conversation and those developments in a positive way. Thank you very much for what you've already done.
Thank you, Ms. Holmes. Any other comments from the public?
Yes, a question. What is the procedure, once again, if a person is interested in being part of this board? What is it that the person has to do?
I will admit, as finance director, that's not something that I'm engaged in that closely. I will get the information clear. Like I said, I'll be speaking with the mayor tomorrow, and I will get some information to inform myself as much as anybody else about what the proper procedures are for that. And we'll get that cleared up at a future meeting.
That will be great. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Moden. Any other comments? Colleagues? Public? Okay, Mr. Hill?
Okay, on the appointment of Ms. Kiss to the rec board, Ms. Appa,
Yes.
Mr. Greedy,
Yes.
Mr. Hendricks,
Yes.
Mr. McLean,
Yes.
Ms. Moda,
Yes.
Mr. Robinson,
Yes.
and Mr. Zuko.
Yes.
Is Ms. Kiss here? Rebecca Kiss here? Oh, come on up and say something. Congratulations, by the way.
I actually go by Becky. I moved to Allentown last year. I'm frequently in the parks, so I'm excited to help and hopefully make them better. And I don't plan to say anything, so.
But we thank you for doing that. We just hope that you heard Mr. Robinson, that maybe you guys get some input
Yeah.
from the residents on the east side and inside.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I can also tell you that I did apply. I submitted my resume and then I met with the mayor, and that was all that I went through to get onto the board. So I'm not sure if that was the input you were looking for from him or not.
So what you're saying is all you did was apply for it, and that's all I think that is
Yeah.
required, is just apply for it.
It almost sounds too simple.
Yeah, it really
I think your assignment will be easy, Mr. Hartzell.
We did have a conversation, and he did ask me, why I was interested in it. And since I moved to Allentown, I do feel that I'm frequently at a lot of the parks, but I mean, I'm definitely willing to help out with anything on the east side. I have many friends that live in the east side of Allentown, so I hope I can represent everybody.
Well, thank you for applying, and thank you for your services. And this is what we need. We need people to come up, young people that just moved into Allentown. It's very important to be involved, and I thank you, and congratulations.
Thank
Welcome.
you. Thank you.
That's it.
Okay, now we move on to resolutions for final passage. Mr. Hendricks. No, I'm sorry, Mr. Mr. Hanlon. I got H's on my mind tonight.
There are no resolutions, Mr. O'Connell. Ordinances for amending the 2018 capital fund budget to provide for supplemental appropriation of $103,500 as a result of a grant from the Pennsylvania Department of Community and Economic Development to assist in the creation of Martin Luther King Trail.
That will go to Parks and Recreation. Ms. Modak.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Bill 2 amends the grant fund budget to provide for a supplemental appropriation of $1,500,000 as a result of a pass-through grant from the Commonwealth, an RCAP grant to the Americas Investors.
Mr. Greedy, your committee.
I'll be happy to have it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bill 3 amends general fund and equipment fund budgets by transferring $22,380.62 from the general fund to the equipment fund to cover the final lease purchase payment for 2013 snow blower purchase.
Mr. Greedy, that's yours also.
I'll go with two. Give me one.
Might as well make it worthwhile, right? Thank you. Now we have a resolution for introduction.
Okay, resolution is R6, events council rules on the filling of vacancy by requiring the person filling the vacancy to be the same political party as the person vacating the seat at least 30 days prior to the vacancy.
And I will assign that to myself, and I will thank myself accordingly.
Be there with you.
Okay, any new business? Good and welfare, I just want to say, I want to take a minute here because I wasn't here the last meeting. I was just a voice coming across the speakers from somewhere. But I want to welcome Mr. Robinson. I want to welcome Mr. Zuckel to the council. I also want to thank Mr. O'Connell for his leadership that he has shown in the time that I was here and his service. And I also want to publicly thank again Mr. McGuire for his insight. Well, it was a while till we got to it, but yeah, there was always insight with him, and I appreciated that, and I want to thank him publicly for that. Anybody else for good and welfare? If not, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
So moved. Thank you.